Bitcoin can actually fall down to 84K. I'm going to explain this next possible drop and even why I just lost a short trade, because yesterday we had prepared for a short trade. However, guys, just to be totally transparent, I literally lost that trade. However, I re-entered once Bitcoin had lost 92.5. I'm going to talk about the next possible trade, the short and the long, if we actually get the expected drop back to 84K, because as you can see, this is what exactly and precisely happened for the past 24 hours. Yesterday, guys, I literally made a video and also we went live and explained, guys, the possible idea of us maybe and actually getting a short trade. I spoke about when Bitcoin was like this. I told you guys that maybe, just maybe, if we go above 92.5K and then we see a fail to break, we see Bitcoin not being able to reclaim and hold on into 92.5K, then maybe I'm thinking about shorting the Bitcoin price right now. However, I'm going to admit that I took it quite early, to be honest, because I literally just saw Bitcoin give us a nice pump to above 92.3. I didn't quite wait for the factual hit or the full hit of 92.5, and then I jumped into a short. However, I had a tight stop loss. As you can see, if I pull up the current price action, just to be totally transparent and truthful and show you that I'm also human, guys, I lose and also win trades sometimes, as you can see. So basically, I just waited. Basically, if I go on a lower time frame, I did not wait for a good enough confirmation. I understood that I'm entering quite early. However, to be honest, I just wanted to get into the trade. So basically, I waited for this to happen. As you can see on a lower time frame, I just was watching the price on the 5-minute time frame, and I saw this candle. We saw the New York session open. We saw a hit of liquidity. We basically just took all this liquidity. However, I did not stick to my rules. I didn't wait for a hit of 92.5, because had I waited for a full hit of 92.5K, I would have not shorted this, as you can see, but waited for a full reclaim of 92.5 and then avoided the short. However, I could have also then waited for a full fail to break, as you can see, failed to reclaim, and then us failing back again. So basically, I could have actually shorted. If you had shorted and you had a much wider stop loss, you can still actually be into the short. However, as you can see, I want to be totally truthful and transparent with you guys. Even though I got a little bit of profits into my new short, the previous one that I planned, I did actually lose. So I always want to be transparent, guys, with you by saying that even though I said something, I didn't quite follow it, and I also took a short that I lost money, so a little bit of money on, and I then re-entered, as you can see. However, right now, I think everybody would like to know how, or is it possible for actually Bitcoin to drop back down to 84K? Because if I go on a higher time frame, guys, I said, guys, that if we do not manage to reclaim 92.5K, my next expectations will be actually for lower, because as I told you guys, we literally do not have any single good support that would stop Bitcoin dropping from 92.5K down below to 84K. Even on the higher time frame, I pull up the daily time frame, we literally saw Bitcoin even previously. I think that was on during April the 20th. We saw a quick rise on Bitcoin from 84 all the way up to 92. And I said, guys, whenever we see inefficiency, by inefficiency I mean that whenever we see Bitcoin immediately pump within a certain area, we can always be expecting, or at least be waiting and not be totally blown away by if Bitcoin actually does the same thing but in reverse. So what I'm saying right now is just because Bitcoin yesterday did not manage to reclaim 92.5K, as you can see, if I pull up the 4-hour time frame, we'll see if it actually pulls up right now for some reason. Alright, as you can see, if we go on a lower time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, yesterday we actually got the perfect idea of not being able to actually reclaim 92.5K. And with that fact, I'm thinking, and I'm saying right now, that if Bitcoin still remains below 92.5K, I'm going to be waiting for lower. Hence why I even opened up a new short, and I'm still holding on into my previous short that was taken and is taken actually from 106.3. So I still got my perfect short to be had. Also, I still got my all-time high short to be had, but I also would have loved to be honest, just to get something extra in terms of a scalp trade, but just to keep it quite simple and actually not for everybody to not see it coming. I'm not saying that Bitcoin will go to 84K. However, yes, technically on a higher time frame, technicals do not care about our feeling, guys. So by the way, so just to keep it real, just because we had seen inefficiency in price, we had seen Bitcoin pump back in April from 84 to 92, we can also see it didn't happen on the inverse. On the flip side, we can even see right now happen, and right now it's just because I saw the inability to break and hold 92.5k yesterday. I'm even more convinced, or I wouldn't say convinced, but I'm even more prepared for the fact of maybe even a possible drop. Now, that does not mean that you should actually be selling Bitcoin, especially if you're an investor, if you're spot investing, if you have a long open, then maybe close it, but please do not randomly short, please do not randomly sell. I'm merely just stating the fact that just keep in mind that if we do not manage to go above 92.5k, and even if we do, by the way, guys, because obviously I wouldn't like to make it too complicated, but let's just say that Bitcoin actually for the next hours it claims 92.5k, then I would obviously lose the little scalp short that I opened up today morning. But I wouldn't say that 84 is out of the table, because obviously we can still see a pump if we manage to reclaim 92.5, even though the possible drop to 84 could be delayed. But we can still also be waiting maybe for an extra short trade above 97 and then take it all the way lower to 84. So it's never that simple. It's never tell me where it's going exactly. I'll never be able to tell you where it's going exactly, but just have in mind, or keep in mind, that yesterday we saw the inability to break 92.5. As you can see, we literally wicked above the area. Even on the higher time frame, it looks even worse. On the daily time frame, we saw this daily candle unable to break above and hold 92.5k. Hence why I think that maybe the possibility of starting the drop could be actually starting right now, especially because we only have support below 85k, 84 to 82. Hence why I'm going to be cautious. Please do not take it as me telling you to sell, but at least do not randomly long the market, because I do not think that there's a sensible good idea to long right now. Hopefully stay cautious, guys, and also that would obviously take Ethereum along with it to much lower prices. Thank you, brothers, for showing up and actually for your nice comments. Let me quickly read all the comments you've got, brothers. Thank you for showing up, and thank you actually for your nice comments. I see lots of comments, and lots of brothers are showing up, and sisters too. So I'm going to quickly talk about it in a more transparent way, and even like a more detailed way. Why did I lose the trade? So hopefully you'll all actually learn from my losses, because obviously, guys, I'm not here only to show the winnings, but also the losses, because I think the losses, to be honest, are even more important. I would not say that I made an actual mistake, or it's easy after the fact to call it a mistake, but to be honest, when I entered, I knew what I was doing, because I literally had the live stream open. By the way, this move happened during the Arabic live stream, so I saw this move happen. I understood that it's not quite the best reaction, because I obviously wanted a full hit of 92.5. So I understood the riskiness and the danger of me entering too early by just seeing this pump, and also just not even having unless anything other than the liquidity grab on the upside. But to be honest, even though I understood it, I would have much prepared, for me to be honest, just for me to wait for a full hit of 92.5k, because as I said, guys, the idea or the whole premise was actually to see a fake out to the upside and then wait for lower. So I didn't do that. I did not wait for lower. I jumped into a short before actually seeing this, because had I, as I said previously or at the beginning of the live stream, had I actually like waited for the 92.5k to be hit and then for a fail to break, I wouldn't have been able to enter immediately. Like obviously, as you can see, if you waited for the 92.5k to be hit, as you can see, we went above, hit 92.5k, and then all the way went up. So we never lost it. So there was no short to be had technically, by the way or on the way that I explained it yesterday. But you could have just waited for the loss, which happened, I think that was today morning at 7 a.m. my time, Dubai time. So that, I think that happened like how long ago? Maybe 10 hours ago. So after 10 hours you could have shorted obviously here, because technically, yes, we have done the fake out, went back under 92.2, and then you can be able to join into the short. But I took it too early. I just understood the riskiness. I had a tight stop loss, so I didn't lose much, but I just wanted to keep it totally real with you. And also, I'm going to give you a little maybe scalp idea that maybe we can take all together, because obviously Bitcoin right now is still range bound on the lower time frame, obviously, so maybe you can try to scalp it all together. Even though I have a scalp right now, it just turned red, as you can see, it's at my entry. So maybe by the way, guys, I entered with half size, and I would love to add more size to it, or enter again, or double the amount of size to make it to the normal size that I enter with. So maybe if we see, as you can see here, guys, the idea maybe I've got the anchored view up on the lower time frame, by the way. This is only a scalp idea. Let me quickly read down the comments before I give you guys the scalp idea. So hopefully, hold on a second. Let me pull up the comments right now. For some reason, the room is too hot, so you might have to excuse me for a minute. But just let me quickly do this, and then I'll open up the comments, and then maybe we can fix the temperature up. Give me a second, brothers, here. All right, I think that should be done here. Let me pull up the comments. Thank you, brothers, for showing up, and thank you for wherever you are. Good evening, or good morning, or even good night, whatever that means. Thank you, Muhammad Rifat. We've got Vikrant. We've got Ali. We've got Hobby. How are you doing, brothers? Thank you, brothers. How are you doing, champions? We've got Hawk. Leon, good morning to you, brother. Good evening to you, also, Vikrant. We got Alexander. BRT, I want to short so bad. It's better to wait, to be honest. Like, if you did not short with me, I took it only with half size. The thing, the short that I just took right now. But I'm going to tell you maybe an idea to try to short in a few seconds here, or maybe a minute or two. We're getting Vikrant said, waiting for Ahmed to show the green light. I'm also lost. I also lost, I think, that short by stop loss. That's good, to be honest. Like, I'm never claiming that I only win my trades, guys, by the way, because I understand I had the reason to enter the trade, even though I did not perfectly executed. I understood that I was entering too early, but I always have a stop loss, so it does not matter, to be honest, whether I win the trade or not, because I'm only going to think about the trade, the losses I make, unless based on the stuff that I knew beforehand. So obviously it's easy to say that I made a mistake right now because we lost the trade. Tell me when you long after 84k. I'm going to explain that. That short at 106 was spot on. Thank you, brother. That's why, like, by the way, guys, I'm not here to brag about me having a short at 106, but it's merely the fact that I like to show it on the screen to remind you guys that I'm not trying shorts and longs here without having a hedge. Like, by the way, like, I can literally try random ideas here, play around with the scalp, because my stop loss is too tight, and I didn't take much profits out of my 106 trade. So having a winning trade that is too far away in terms of entry allows you the freedom to try multiple random scalps, and by that I mean that you can literally lose 5-4, and then maybe you get a lucky hit, and then you win 1 or 2, and then that becomes an extra nice trade to have. So even though I understand by me losing a trade and then telling you this, probably most of you guys are not trading with stop loss, you're not having a good risk management. But if you were to do so, if you were to understand that I'm prepared and I'm able technically and mathematically and probabilistically to lose multiple trades, you then will be understanding that it's not about actually your success rate, it's not about your win rate, but it's more about how much you make money on your winners and how much you lose. So the whole premise of trading, no matter how good of a technical analyst you are, it's more about risk management and your ability to withstand losses. So you must decrease the margin you're using, decrease the leverage you're using, tighten up your stop loss, so you can actually be able to lose 3, 4, 5 and not get a hit on your account. Because obviously, guys, I think most of you guys, especially as beginner traders, would probably have their whole account blown up if they lose, let's say, at a maximum 3 trades in a row. So you must rethink the way you're trading, because obviously it's more gambling than trading, because if you cannot even take 10 losses at a row, because it happens sometimes. Too rare, to be honest, but it could happen. If we sweep the lows at New York session open and we get a good reaction, would it be a good scalp to long, or other way if we sweep the highs? Thank you, Dennis. I like these kind of technical questions, because that's the thing that I was going to actually talk about. Because obviously, let me start with the high of the day, because I told you guys that I always it's not necessary, but sometimes I look for scalp longs or shorts based on how does the high of the day looks like and the low of the day, especially if it's put, or if it was put at, or outside of the New York session. So with Dennis's question, I was going to talk about how I might be interested in scalp shorting it. So if you have not shorted the market yet and you did not enter this little stupid short that I just took 2-3 hours ago, or maybe more than that, 4 hours ago, then maybe it's better for you to actually wait for this. I'm going to talk about it because purely as a scalp, guys. But think about it this way: we literally like I can find you multiple confluences to enter a short trade on the lower time frame. So start with, we got the daily high. This is basically the daily high. Does not require any TA, does not require any charting of that sort. As you can see, just pure candles. Look at this candle. You got the high of the day. Look, it has some liquidity to it, not the most, but it looks weak, to be honest. Also, it is weak because we put it in the morning. By morning, I mean my time. So that's outside of the New York session. So we have the high of the day being put up outside of New York session, and we also got above it. We also have the anchored view up. That's basically a tool that I put at the beginning of a downtrend. By downtrend, I just mean this little one, by the way, guys, because literally the anchored view up is just a tool that is easy to use, easy to understand, but harder to like put or start using it as a part of your trading, because obviously it's just a free tool that you've got at the left side of the tool panel. You can put it on. It does not require any settings to it. It's not a magical indicator. It's not an indicator even, but some people like see it and think that it's too easy, but it's easy to put on, but it's harder to pick which ones, or pick which areas you'd like to put an anchored view up on. And just to give you an idea why I put it at the beginning of this little downtrend, it's just this anchored view up just tells me that we have a downtrend. To be honest, like you can visually see it. So we have a downtrend that was started from us putting the high from yesterday, as you can see at 93 points, let's say 7, and then we can clearly see that just because we are under the anchored view up, we're under the blue line, we are technically still below or within the intact downtrend. So we have an intact downtrend, and it remains to be a downtrend until we break the anchored view up, as you can see. So we've got a confluence. See how we've building up an idea. We have the week high of the day. Above it, we have an anchored view up, and also just to add an extra little bit of confluence, I think that would also add up or stack up with the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement from the high of the day to the low of the, not the high of the day, sorry, the high of the move from the beginning of the downtrend to the low of I think also the day, which is Wednesday. As you can see, we got also the Fibonacci golden pocket, not perfect, but it's a little bit far away, but also stacks up all together with the other, as you can see here. So we got them all stacking up towards 92 to 92.2, hence why the perfect scenario to maybe enter a short. And the reason why I did not fully enter like with all of my size in today's short, as you can see, by the way, guys, it is in a loss. We started with a little bit of money in profits. Right now it's in a loss, so I want to be totally transparent with you. So I chose to enter only with half the size, because obviously the price could have immediately went down. You never know, so I did not want to miss out on the move. But right now, just because I understood that we have an extra idea maybe of taking out the high and then hitting 92, or preferably even like going higher, because by the way, guys, the higher we go and then the lower we retrace from the high, the better. So obviously I would prefer, or I would be more not accepting, but I would be more predicting or expecting a good short if we actually like go above 92 and then push even further to 92.3, and then if we go lower or go back below 91.9, I would be more expecting of a drop. The more you fake out to the high and then you lose a certain line, the more you can expect a fall lower or a price move down towards your expected direction. So obviously, like if we get something like this, just a little bit of a move above 92 for us to hit the anchored view up, and also for us to hit the high of the day, even though like it could function, or it could actually obviously be a viable trade to enter, and I might actually enter it, but I have to understand that maybe the confidence would be lower than if we actually go all the way up, get as much like fake out or as much longs being stuck at the highs, because obviously I would like for a good pump to happen, lots of longs opening at the high. I see them stuck at the highs. Obviously that's not a bad thing, guys. Like, do not see that, or do not think that every single pump with lots of longs is bad. Obviously that is bullish. Like whenever we see a pump with longs, that is good, but it's only bad if, let me quickly explain the concept. It's only bad, the idea of having longs being open with a pump is only bad if we actually like get them stuck at the highs, and then we see the price retrace lower. Because obviously if we have longs being stuck here, the more we fall, the more liquidations would happen to these people that have opened or had opened the longs at the top. And obviously, if you do not know, guys, a close of a long would result in a sell, and selling obviously means more selling pressure. So think about it this way: like, we start to get people liquidated, their longs being liquidated, and then the liquidation would cause sells, and sells would cause the price to go lower, and causing the price would go lower would cause more liquidations, and that's like a snowball effect. Hence why it's not, whenever I say that I need more longs to be open, it's not something bad. Even like, hopefully, guys, whenever I get the time to open or set up my new Mac, and I hopefully whenever I'm able to show you the order flow app like on the screen, because right now I'm still using my nice laptop here. So whenever I get it set up, guys, hopefully you'll be able to see like when is a high number of logs good or bad. So just to quickly like make it quite to be honest clear, because I'm scared that if I say it too many times, people would start to think that longs are bad if we're pumping. But obviously that is good. Like, I'd like to always see shorts opening with the price going lower. That's actually a better confirmation of how strong the move is. And on the flip side, us going up, I need to see longs opening, further confirming the push of the market to higher. But whenever we're talking about like fake out trades, it's always good to actually see lots of people trying to long the breakout, and then us going on a short. So hopefully you got the gist of it, and hopefully you got the idea of why I'm against like breakout traders. You'd never catch me trying to long a break of resistance. Why? Because I understand that the market, I wouldn't say whales, I wouldn't call it like something that's someone that's against you, but usually the big players would love for the retailers to be stuck at the highs. Think about it, like, oh, this guy is, the W pattern is breaking out. Hold on, let me draw it. Like, the more sophisticated traders would love for the retailer to draw a pattern here and call this a W. I think we all know this pattern, quote unquote bullish, whatever that means. And then the retailer, the beginner, would put a neckline and then say, oh, I think once we break this, I'm going to put a long trade because this is a bullish pattern. But think about it this way: the whales, I wouldn't say the whales, but it's more likely that the retailers would be like randomly jumping into longs here, and then the market would go lower below the neckline, and then fake you all guys out, and then the winners would be the shorts. So please stop like trying to long here. And even on the flip side, this is the W pattern. We also have the M pattern, whatever that means, the double top patterns. The reason why I hate patterns is because, like, for example, this M pattern, with the beginners would think about shorting only if we lose this. But why would you like only look for shorts at the lows? Like, where were you at the tops? Why couldn't you have like shorted here or even here? Like, why wait all the way lower till we get liquidity, till we like get whales interested in a long, and then you as a little, I wouldn't, sorry guys if I disrespected anybody that uses patterns, but just to keep it quite real with you guys, that wait for all the little ones here open up their nice handy dandy shorts, and then the price would go higher than the support, and then it's going to be a fake out. So see how like the breakdown and the breakout is only to fake you guys out. Oh, it's a double it's a head and shoulder pattern, it's a cup and handle. Yeah, JP Morgan is using a cup and handle. Yeah, sure, for sure. So sorry guys for the rant. I just want to get guys rewire your brain. Think about it as your daily, maybe daily session of rewiring your ideas about trading. How are you doing, Evan? I think Evan is the way to pronounce it. I'm not sure. Hold on, guys. Let me quickly look at all the comments because I've missed a few here. We've got Vikrant, BRT. We got Elbiro, alaikum salam. Thank you for your anas. Thank you, brother. We got Wayne in the chat. Good morning to you, brother, too. Thank you for showing up. We've got Renata. How you doing? Vikrant D said, yeah, finally sisters, not only brothers. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. It's just because in Arabic the term that I use is an umbrella term for both. So whenever I'm speaking English, I have to remind myself that brothers does not mean also like the female like part of the viewer. So I have to like get myself accustomed to saying both. We've got Travis in the chat. Thank you, brother, for showing up. We've got Vikrant, Renata. I think I've read that. I lost my short too. My stop loss was too low, about $200. That is good, to be honest. If your stop loss too tight, I would say that you're on the right track. Like, I'd rather you lose lots of money lots of times and be wrong lots of times with just a very tight stop loss and a little amount of money that you lost, than you being like having a success rate of like 9 out of 10 trades that you get right. But if I take a look at the risk management, I'll see that literally you win 9 just because you close them too early in a little bit of profits, and the one loss would literally wipe out all your trades. We've got Mirza said, I'm in long from 90.700. That is good, guys, to be honest. Like, whenever someone says I'm long, that's always good. Like, you not expect me to be the guy who got like trades or like got longs and shorts from every single pump and dumps. Like, obviously, like, you can come up with your own trades and have different ideas to the ones that I have every single day. I'm merely here just saying whatever good setups or like high probability setups that I look or find on a daily basis, and then I share them with you guys. We got, hold on, let me quickly catch up. I'm setting up for catching the move upon New York session. Thank you, BRT, for always being prepared. We've got D said, it did claim 92.5k and stood above it for quite a while. It only dropped below today to take the lower liquidity, and today is going up again. It's true, yes, this is exactly what I said. Like, I'd class this rather than as an SFP, a take of liquidity. I'd call it a failed auction. So we saw the price. A failed auction, by that I mean that the market, it tried to hold on into 92.5k for almost 12 hours, and then it failed to get any buyers at that price, and then it went lower. So even though it is not as easy as a take of liquidity, because obviously a take of liquidity sometimes is easier whenever it's an SFP. By SFP I mean that we see liquidity being generated, and then we see a quick move up and then quick move down. So that's obviously easier than the price breaking a certain line and then spending lots of time on it and then going below the top of the previous liquidity and then seeing lower. So I know that this is easier than this, but both are the same essentially of the idea of not being able to hold on into a line. So but thank you for the comment. Whenever someone uses the term liquidity or anything that I use too, I love the fact that we've got some enlightened people over there. Do you have a tight stop loss for the short you just took? Now I haven't even set one, to be honest, because I've got my 3 monitors on, so I think we can catch that before. Hopefully it does not pump randomly. Even if it does, I only have half of my size on it. Hence why, like, I'll only put a stop loss on if I manage to get the extra, or sorry, the other 50% of my size, which is planned if we get this. So hopefully we get it all together. If we do, then that could be nice. That short gives you a peace of mind. Exactly, BRT. CoinPulse said, if we go bullish, can we expect pump till 95k? Yeah, exactly. I said that, guys. Like, please disregard the, let me quickly refresh. Disregard the thumbnail and the title. Not totally disregard them. It's not a clickbait, but I'm just using whatever is easier to summarize my content. But obviously, guys, the live stream is going to be 1 hour or even more, so it's hard to give you a title that would literally make you understand every single topic that I'm going to speak about. Hence why, take the thumbnail and the title as they are. So do not over analyze them, do not overthink about them. Just quickly see, oh, there's a chance to go to 84. Obviously, I'm not going to put a title on without any chance of it happening, but you must understand, especially as a beginner, that you should always watch the full, or maybe the beginning 20 to 15 minutes of the live stream, because obviously it's never that simple. You'll never catch me telling you guys it's going all the way straight down. Hence why, even though I'm saying that below 92.5k, it's higher likelihood of us going to 84, I'll never say this in like full certainty or tell you to sell randomly. Like, we can come up with ideas to short, we can come up with ideas to long, but it does not necessarily have to happen blindly whenever I give you a technical prediction, or I wouldn't say prediction, but a technical target if a certain resistance is held. But just to answer your question, yes, obviously, guys, as I've said yesterday, like, if we had managed yesterday to hold on to 92, 93, then I was expecting a pump to 97. So see why I never tell you guys to trade based on the expectations of me talking about a certain break of resistance, because obviously, like here, let me remove the Fibonacci retracement. Obviously here, like, if someone had watched my videos without, or my last video or my last live stream, without understanding the context of how I'm trading, maybe some of you guys would have thought that, oh, Ahmed told us yesterday that whenever we were at 91, he told us that if we break 93 and hold on to it it's going to 97. So someone could have watched that video, watched me literally say, I'm not like saying that I did not say it, but someone could have watched me say that holding 93 for good hours, reclaiming it, equals us going to 97, and then someone could have entered a long here and then lost the money because obviously the price went down. So see why? Even though, yes, technically, I'm saying it and I'm going to say it even once again, even if it did not happen previously, us holding on to 92.5 or even let's say 93 would mean that there's a likelihood of us going to 97. But see how I never tell you to long the breakouts. Like, do not take it as me telling you to long here, because obviously the price could easily reverse back. So just to avoid losing money, the easiest thing to start applying to your own trading is you stopping to to long the breakouts and short the breakdowns. So please, like, if you want to lose money, you can easily do that, because obviously someone could have like watched me yesterday say 93, holding on to it would mean 97, and then they could have entered a long, and then today they would have like watched me say that while below 93, 92.5, we're going to 84. So literally, like, people can lose money by longing the breakout and shorten the breakdown. So you never catch me say that. Like, even if I'm going to mention an idea for a short, it's going to be like, obviously, yes, I have an expectations, or not an expectation, but I have a technical understanding that us holding on to 93, 92 would probably cause us to go lower to 84. But that would not make me short randomly. The only way I can short is for me to go lower, jump on a lower time frame, and then maybe look for a little bit of a pump. So see how even the idea that I'm giving out for maybe a little scalp short would require Bitcoin to actually pump and then fake out. So see, you never catch me trying to short blindly based on us doing this and then holding this and then going lower. So please do not misunderstand what I'm saying, because obviously if someone yesterday watched my live stream, tried to long 93, they would have lost money because they thought it's going to 97, but it actually went lower. So just to immediately not start losing money, stop longing the breakouts, stop shorting the breakdowns. That's the easiest thing you can actually apply in terms of what kind of stuff that I do. You can easily, like, with a switch of maybe a mindset, you can easily start applying that, and actually that could actually be the sole reason that would push you into profitability in terms of trading. We've got GQ Patrol. Good morning to you, brother. Narayan, ETH buying zone. I mean, that's totally up to you. If you see this an ETH buying zone, then totally be my guest and buy it. I wouldn't like let someone not buy something, especially because ETH, by the way, guys, has dropped like a ton. Like, it went from almost 5k all the way down to 3k. So especially if it's an investment, you can never tell where's the bottom is going to be. So if you're convinced that this is the buy zone, be my guest and invest into it. That's not the biggest mistake that I can maybe see someone say. We see Merzed said, Bitcoin breaking local T line. I'm not sure what that is, but thank you. We've got multiple people in the chat literally chatting up here, so it's quite I'm quite enjoying the fact that we've got brothers here that are building a relationship. Travis said, I was waiting for an alert in the Telegram group. By the way, guys, I never said that I'm going to alert you guys whenever I do things. Please do not, I'm not saying that I'm withholding stuff from you guys, but please do not take my free Telegram channel as a signals group. If I see something, if I got the chance to do so, and I have the ability to not only post a video, or sorry, not only like send a post or make a post, but also to keep up that post and keep up that activity for maybe 2, 3, 4 hours, then I'm going to actually alert you. But please do not be expecting me to tell you when to enter and when to exit, because it's not a blind signal group. I'm not selling you anything. It's just a free Telegram channel. The main reason for it is just for me to send you guys the link whenever I go live and make a video. And I'd love to actually maybe sometimes add a little bit of posts here and there. I do that from time to time. I've been active lately, but please do not be expecting, or please do not take a trade, or please do not it's hard to double negative in English, so please do take a trade. Do not let me not sending you a Telegram post stop you from taking the trade. Give me a minute, guys, or give me a second to drink some water. Vikran said, don't we have a bulk liquidity around 96k too? I guess we didn't claim it during this November dump. Yeah, technically yes, but do not take it or do not see liquidity as something that has to go or has to force the price to go up. So yes, we do have liquidity above it, but it depends on what kind of or sorry, the price does whatever it wants. So never like be adamant or be like too focused on a certain area, to be honest, because whatever the price decides to do, then it's going there, guys. Like, do not take trading as a science. It has some science elements. You can literally trade, or you can literally like spend days and months and years for you to get at a certain point of becoming profitable. But even if you become the best, smartest analysts and you manage risk well, it does not mean that you have to win a 10 out of 10 trades. Probably like I've seen like successful traders with a strategy that only wins them 3 out of 10. So see how like it's not a matter of getting every single short and long right. It's a matter of how much you lose when you're wrong and how much you make when you're right, and how well you're able to keep on your winners for longer. BRT said, I'm about to go to Dubai to set up the mic. Thank you, brother. That would be helpful, actually. But I hope I'll get it done. But the thing is, like, it's hard to move all the stuff from one thing to the other. And also because I'm not a Mac user, so I'm happy enough about this thing that I've got set up here. So me having to deal with a new Mac Apple products quite a hassle for me. So I'll do it, hopefully, guys. Maybe today or tomorrow. Do you want help setting up a capture from the laptop? You can use OBS teleport. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that maybe I can find a way that would maybe allow me to capture the screen from my laptop. But that would also add a little bit of maybe heaviness or pressure on the RAM, and also it would take time. Like, I think that the time that would take me to figure out a way of me capturing the laptop screen and putting it on into the OBS would be as much or even more than me just setting up the box that I got setting next to me. So please bear with me, guys. Do not be sad or mad at me. I know that I'm lazy, but I'm doing my best here, so I'm trying. We got Dennis said, amazing information, brother. Thank you, brother. We've got Mauritania in the chat. Someone recommended a great tool yesterday called MMT Terminal. It's free and good. Yeah, I forgot to look at it, even though like I had it written down. I forgot. Hold on. Thank you, brothers, for the huge amount of comments, by the way. Like, I'm literally struggling to keep up with the amount of comments, so I'm totally enjoying that. Hold on. Let me quickly read them. Rohan said, no, bro, you teach me how not to think here. I'm not sure, but Goldman analysts go crazy on that descending triangle. Exactly. Thank you, BRT, for getting it. Like, so can we short now? I'll never tell you not what to do exactly. It's never that simple, brothers. Like, if you missed the first 40 or 30 minutes of the live stream, then please hold on. If I see a trade, I'm going to talk about it, but not yet. Like, I have nothing. I cannot tell you to short now immediately. Like, it's hard to actually like expect that to happen. Hold on a second, brothers. Let me quickly check. Hey, how you doing, Zloty? How you doing? I'm in long since 90.5k. That is good. I've seen multiple people in longs. That's good for them, to be honest. I did not try to long. Obviously, guys, that was the morning for me. That was night. So I like to not to overtrade, to be honest. But I'm happy that some of you guys are making money here. Thank you, brothers. We're building a little of a niche trading community here. So that's quite, to be honest, amazing. We've got Ali here. Hamza said, good evening, Mr. Ahmed. Registered through your Wix account after you encouraged us to register. But unfortunately, I was surprised buying and selling was suspended in my account. If someone has an issue or even an inquiry or whatever that is, like if you want to even reach out to me personally, always email me at official@champscrypto.com. But just because maybe the pronunciation wasn't the best, I will actually write it down in the comments. So official@champscrypto.com. That's easy, and hopefully I'll get back to you guys. But just a quick reminder that I always tell my viewers that please, if you want to email me, put on a full-on email. So please do not email me a message saying like good morning. That's it. Like, say good morning or good evening or whatever, and then put literally a detailed inquiry or a detailed issue. Hence, or that would allow me to actually get back to you quicker, because obviously, guys, if I have the full details like being like put in the email, I'll be able to understand the issue immediately. But thank you, Hamza. Hopefully I'll get back to you. I think the email, I just put it on the comment section. G said, market maker is watching your stream, say you long and we short. Let's try. Beachy said, do you have a beginner class on actually teaching how to place a short in weeks, like a step by step? Maybe I should, by the way, guys. I know that I'm lacking in terms of tutorials, and I understand that many of you guys are not, even if they move to weeks, even if they use my own link and they move 2 weeks and get the bonus that we got. By the way, guys, we got the 40% deposit bonus. You just have to withdraw $100 and then you'll get $40 that can actually enter a trade with. But I do understand, and maybe it's my fault for not having the time to not set up the Mac, and also for maybe filming a week's tutorial. So thank you for that question. That shows me that there's actual demand, people that would love for me to actually explain the whole like exchange and the whole portal that would allow you to enter and close a trade. Mirza said Bitcoin breaking the T line and is support now. I have no idea what the T line is, but thank you. I am professional in losing money. You do not need to teach me. Thank you, brother. Hopefully you'll get that around. Yes, I think I've gotten back to you. Can we see one day how you enter the position on a one minute time frame? It's rare that I enter on the 1 minute time frame. The most of the time, guys, I enter on, like, it depends on what kind of setup I've got. But for the most time, just for the most like part, most of my Bitcoin trades are like, I watch the reaction at the 15 to the 30-minute time frame. So the analysis would be done on the 1 to 4 hour time frame, on like a bit of a mid time frame, and then the entry or the execution would be done on the 15-30 minutes depending on it. So trend line, thank you, brother. Okay, so apparently we've got a trend line broken, guys. Me personally, I'm against trend lines. Like, as I said, like JP Morgan are not putting on a line and waiting for it to break. I'm against that. But if you make a money, by the way, guys, do not let me criticizing the way you do analysis stop you from continuing to do so if you're making money. So I'll put it that way. If you've been trading for at least 6 months to a year, and you've been doing it in a way that makes you money, consistent profits. I'm not saying that you've turned like 100 into 1,000, then you lost it all. I'm saying that consistently you'd be labeled as a profitable trader. If you are, then be my guest. I've seen people with the most random strategies and the most random way of analysis make money. So if you're making money, that's cool. But if you've been trading for, let's just say, well above 6 months or a year, and you're not able to make money with your current way of trading, then maybe be open. I'm not saying take my advice, but at least be open to listen, or for listening to something else rather than the one you're doing. Because me personally, I see trading trend lines and trading the cup and handle, triangle, ascending, whatever that is, something that's not a good, does not turn you profitable easily. Like, maybe it could have done, like, it could have helped you in the 2000s or maybe the 90s, because that was easy to trade back then. That was famous, by the way, back then. But now I think that is too known for it to work. Like, I think the analysis, sorry, some people think that, or misconclude, or whatever that the word is, they think that like analysis is a form of like a science, but it isn't. Like whenever something is too known, whenever something is too like traded by, or traded too much by everyone else, then the likelihood of it working, it would be actually lower, because everybody is trying to actually jump into a trade. It could be actually going the other way and maybe get you all liquidated, because the market makers, I wouldn't like to use these like terms, but whales understand the retailers open up their chart, literally like download Binance, the most well-known beginners exchange, and then like load up their money, and then starting to draw lines here and there, X's here, descendings, and whatever that is. So because it's too known, obviously you're going to lose money. So I'm not saying that, I'm not totally against it if you're making money, but if you're not, then at least be open to change. Renata said, how big margin you do enter in transaction? For example, entry in 92. I'm not sure what you mean, but maybe you can, it depends on it's not about the margin, it's about the stop loss, because the stop loss and how wide it is would decide my potential loss if the stop loss is hit. King Player Slayer, how you doing, bro? Today FOMC at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Could you see a fake out of 95k range as usually it does? Maybe, let's just see. Thank you for mentioning that, because I'm the kind of person that always forgets to look at the FOMC. So yeah, apparently we got the FOMC minutes at He said what 2 p.m. Eastern time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, which is 11 p.m. my time. So it's quite important. Thank you for actually mentioning that. I'll try to take a look at this, and maybe if something important, I'll update you guys with a little quick video. Hard to read the name, but Abhinav, if they can't print Bitcoin like they print money, why would they want Bitcoin thrive? Just for information purpose. Who's they? Smash the like button. Let's break 100 for the first time. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, brothers. Thank you for the support. AMC said, "Is altcoin season over?" I think you asked me that question for yesterday, brother. But to be honest, I'm not the kind of guy to label. I hate the label or the term altcoin season, so I'm against it. To be honest, I took 20K from your call. 20K. Hopefully you made money, but that's good if you did. Sorry, brother. Please do not spam the same comment all over again and again, guys. Sorry, I'm struggling here. Also, Vigrant, please stay away from using any other language but English, so I can understand and the rest can understand too. I wouldn't like to time out or ban anyone. So, where would you put your stop loss if a short is made at 92? See, I like the smart questions now. It depends on how far away the fake out is, but let's just say, or let's just assume that it goes to 92.3 and then falls lower back below 91.9. Then it's going to be probably either placed at the top of the wick or at above the zone that I've got here, which is maybe 92.8. So in between 92.4 and 92.8, depending on my time there and how well I can literally manage the trade manually, and if I'm able to stick at the monitor for longer. Was also wondering the correct form of placing a stop loss. Any ideas? I said it yesterday, but I'm going to say it again. I'm quite enjoying the technical questions, brothers. By the way, thank you, BRT. See, like, if you are an actual trader, you obviously have a reason for entering a trade. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. So the stop loss is there for you to not lose more money than the trade or the idea you have could actually allow you to. So if you have an idea that makes you, or sorry, if you have an idea based on certain factors that if all together are put and if the certain reaction is good, then you enter a short. Obviously you need to place your stop loss above that area, which is called the invalidation point, whereas like there's no reason for you to continue your short because all the reasons that made you enter that short at the first place were all below the current price. So see how that's the whole concept of placing a stop loss. After you get that, after you understand that, you obviously see that the stop loss widens up and like tightens up depending on the time frame and depending on the kind of trade you're doing. So that's why I always say, guys, it's not about how much you enter a trade with. Like if you have $1,000 to trade with, it's not about picking and choosing how much you enter a trade with every single time. It's not about the margin. It's about the stop loss. So do not set, or sorry, for you guys to become successful traders, you need to set a certain amount of dollars, not for the margin, but how much you're prepared to lose every single trade. So do not think about the margin. Think about the stop loss and the resulting loss that would come out of you hitting the stop loss. And just to make it easier, if you have $1,000, I'd recommend you being able to maybe have a stop loss always make you lose. Sorry, put the stop loss. Sorry, think like see where the stop loss is at, and then leverage up or down, and add margin up or down depending on how much that you'd have to put in to lose, let's just say 5% or 3%. So maybe if you have 1K, use 5% loss of every single trade. So if you like come up to the realization that you need or you have you'll only lose $50 every single time you get it wrong. So just have it in mind, have it written down that every single trade that I enter, no matter a scalp, long, swing, whatever it is, higher time frame, lower time frame, every single trade that I enter, if I lose, I'm going to only lose 5%. Then depending on what kind of trade you do, you'll find a certain stop loss that you have. By that, you'll need to lower up the leverage or increase the leverage, lower the margin or increase the margin, so you can balance it mathematically to come out to the $50 loss. I know that's quite complicated, but if someone has passed 8th grade math, you would understand. So do not place your stop loss based on the $50 loss, but base your margin based on the two factors of the stop loss and the $50 loss. So I know that it's complicated, but if it's not quite clear, maybe someone can re-ask me in the comments. If it is clear, then hopefully I'm quite happy about it. But happy about it because it's simple, but maybe the way I'm explaining it is not that easy. So just set a certain loss you're prepared to have. Like I need you guys all every single time whenever you lose a trade to only lose a specific amount. Please do not have it vary. Do not tell me, oh, this time I lost $20, the other time I lost 80, the other time I lost 100. Like stick with a certain like amount that you're prepared to lose, and then look at the chart, forget about it, look at the chart, find yourself a stop loss. Sometimes it's going to be quote unquote wide. So for example, if let's just say I wanted to enter a short by us actually like faking out this and go lower. Obviously here maybe the short stop loss could have been the entry would have been here, the stop loss could have been at the highs, see, and the target maybe, let's just say this, or even lower, or let's just say lower for the sake of the example. So just because there isn't such thing as a wide stop loss, because let's just say this would make me lose, see, let's call it 2% to make it easy in terms of math. So let's say this stop loss happens to be 2%. Like I need for the invalidation of my idea is 2%. Now what I will do, I will go back to my margin and my leverage and calculate how much do I have to enter with in terms of leverage and margin, and set the stop loss to be at negative 2% for the loss to be, or for the outcome loss to be only $50. So see, like if it's lower, obviously I'm going to increase the margin, or sorry, increase the margin or increase the leverage. If it's higher, I'm going to decrease the margin, decrease the leverage. So the stop loss width or the stop loss placement is not about the money lost. You have to adjust your leverage so it results in the same loss. I know that's quite complicated, but hopefully at least one of you guys has got it, like from my explanations. I would not short or long now. Exactly. Abdul Malik said new. Not sure, but and I said what's going to be. I think most of you guys have got like incomplete questions. Vikrant said you really need to get a chat moderator or something. That chats with just 100 viewers is crazy long. Imagine soon you'll have. Yeah, thank you Vikrant for like thinking about me. Maybe you can be a moderator if you'd like. Yes, I'd love to learn from you as well. Thank you, brothers. Viral said, did you close your short position? Not, I have not closed anything yet, brothers. Like I still got both open. The one that is at entry or close to it, and the one that is at 106, the good winnable trade. Do you place Auto Insights? How you doing, brother? Do you place a few trades a day on average or once a week? Lol, profit is a profit, but living in Dubai is expensive, so even with affiliate links and YouTube, what else do you do? Thank you, brother, for that. By the way, guys, just to make it quite clear, not to show or tell you guys that the affiliate link for the English channel generates $0. The free Telegram channel is free from the name. I have nothing to sell you in the description, and so my main source of income isn't YouTube. Even though like I'd be truthful, like if I start making money with the affiliates, I'll tell you. But for the time being, no, I'm not making any money from the affiliates. I'm not making any money from the channel. The reason I do it because I love speaking. Obviously, I think you can guys all tell. And also, by the way, guys, me talking about trading makes me a better trader. Hence why I enjoy going live on both my channel, the Arabic one and English one. So if you want to know, I wouldn't share much, but one of the main incomes are actually trading, my own trading, making my own self money, and I've got some other businesses. Not to maybe I'll open up for some time. But thank you, brother. Prime Trading said, nice to see your channel is growing. Thank you, brother. Hopefully everything is paying off right now. Give me a few seconds, guys. I'm going to turn the camera off and the audio too. All right, I think it's all well and done now. Let me quickly take a look at the comments here, guys. Thank you, by the way. All right. The T line is only confirmation for me. If I already in position, I don't trade trend lines. I'm against them totally. Like what it's confirmation, trading them, whatever it is. I'm totally against them. Andres said, what is up, bro? How you doing, Andres? You're awesome. Thank you, brother. You're awesome too. Any thoughts on market Cypher B? Also, fees suck here. As a US resident, shake my head. To be honest, I've heard about it and I've tried it previously. Like in my past life as a unprofitable trader, I had lots of random indicators in the chart. I had the MACD, RSI, market cipher B, whatever name an indicator I've got. But after that, I came to the realization that it's a waste of time. So if it's working for you, good for you if you're making money out of it. But me personally, I literally have zero indicators on. Even these three are just a time savers for me that I like turn on and then turn off. So I literally have no indicators. This one is just a VWAP I stopped using, but it's just like literally the anchored VWAP, but it just puts it on manually. So it just saves me time. I stopped even using it. The second one is literally the volume profile, but it gives me volume profiles for every single day. So it saves me from having to do it manually by like picking and choosing every single day. So just a time saver. And lastly, the most silliest and easiest one is literally this one that shows me where are the highs and the lows for every single day. So red is high, green is low. So see, I'm not using any indicators. The ones that I've got are time savers that I turn on and off. Thank you guys for the huge amount of comments, by the way. Qazi, ممكن أو غازي أو Kazi. If anyone wants to short now, which level are you doing it from? I let the comments answer because I'm not going, or I don't see a short now opportunity. Do you long at 82 or 84? Obviously, yeah. The plan is to wait for 84 or 82. And as I said, guys, I have no support in between 92 and 84. So obviously, this being lower, these lines, whenever you see my lines being below price, understand that this is a possible long opportunity. Now, how exactly, where exactly, it remains to be seen because we need to wait for the drop. I need to wait and see how the price action goes on closer to the 84, 82 and then decide, because obviously maybe we can get an immediate drop to 82 and then long here, or maybe I'll try a long at the NPOC, or maybe like something in between them happens and then we never get touch them monthly. I wait for a certain play within inside so it's hard to tell you exactly how I'm going to long, if I'm going even to long, if we get even the drop. So, and it's all complicated, but I'm going to be with you guys every single day, guys. Do not worry. I said, guys, I promise, and I gave a promise to every single one of you guys that if I start my journey in going live, I'm going to do it on a daily basis, and that's quite what I've been doing lately. I think we're close to completing the third week of us going live Monday to Friday, so I'm quite happy about that. I think we've got Abhinav said they refers to elites. Oh, okay. I think that's like a comment, a reply to your own comment previously. Wig said, "You're cool, bro." Thank you, brother. I think you're cool too. Thank you. Altcoins is over in general. We'll see. Yes, I mean stop loss for X entry, 92. I think I've answered that. If I haven't answered that, please ask me again, Renata. Wayne said the next FOMC meeting is Tuesday, December the 9th, and Wednesday, December 10th. To make the announcement on Wednesday. Oh, okay. I think I've got it, but let's see. Thank you, Renata. I think I've explained the question. At least, I think he means put some stop loss, guys. RM is good. It's healthy. About to make YouTube short out of this. Thanks, Ahmed. Good luck, brother. Tada said in 1 hourly chart, maybe you can see. I'm not sure. See your W. See a W pattern. Guys, I've literally spent 10 minutes talking about how I dislike and hate patterns, so I will not entertain that, but thank you for pointing it out, to be honest. We've got Mirz that said, or sorry, I think that's not to me, so I like the fact that we've got multiple people communicating in the chat. Werewolf said, what are your thoughts on placing your shorts in batches, using the 1 second time frame to short the top or the stop loss hunting wicks? That might result in a quicker higher high. I haven't done it. Sounds nice. Sounds interesting. Maybe you can do it and then tell me the results, because I only like to speak about or answer stuff that I know of. So I'll have to stay away from that, even though it sounds interesting, to be honest. Nikhil said, Ahmed, do you think we'll fake pump to 100k? Because I want to short at 100k. Maybe if Nikhil wants it, then maybe the price will go or follow. Hawk said the leverage and margin are related to each other. Yes, exactly. Hence why I did not say that sorry, let me, maybe I didn't make it clear, guys. I was talking about the stop loss and the margin and the thing. So you find yourself a stop loss, a certain stop loss based on where your invalidation point is going to be, and then you're going to, like, this is the stop loss area, let's call it with an X, and then you'll have two variables that would, you'll have to play with. You have the margin. Okay, let's cut this. This is my nice writing. This is margin, and we have the other factor, which is, let's make a squiggly line here, squiggly arrow, and then we have the leverage. So yes, you can play with these to control, or sorry, you have to, like, set the stop loss and then play with these. Like, let me make it more clear. If someone has $1 million, they essentially do not need a leverage. Do not need leverage if they have a certain stop loss being calculated. So if I have $1 million and I want every single trade to only make me lose 1%. So what's 1%? Is obviously how much? $10,000. So if if a certain trade is at a certain area where I lose 2%, not obviously not 2%, not 1%, I'd have to either pay close attention to this. If the stop loss makes me lose 2% and I need to only lose 1%, I either, like, do not use leverage, so I'll have leverage as 1x, but I enter with 500k of my margin, because obviously 500k is half of the amount. So see how, like, if 2% of 2% of 500k is obviously is going to be the half of the amount, which is like 5k and 5k, which is 10k. So I either lower the margin to only, like, this would result, as you can see, 500k, 2% would result in -1% total portfolio loss if it's lost. Or I can literally play around, but by entering with maybe whatever I want. I can literally enter with 50k, not 500k, 50k, and then have 10x. See how beautiful it is, like, with leverage. Like, I can literally have 10x leverage, 50k, and then this 2%, 50k, 10x would result in the same 1% loss. So as I said, brother, thank you for the question. Maybe you have misunderstood me. As I said, guys, I'm not saying the margin and leverage are not related. I'm saying that stop loss is the starting point of your calculation, and then you calculate back the leverage and the margin. If you have lots of money, you essentially do not need lots of leverage. Leverage is just a way to free up capital. The way I see it, as someone who's not a gambler, I'm not using leverage to make more money than I can afford or handle. So give me a second, guys, too, again. Sorry. All right. Thank you, guys, for being patient with me. I'm a bit sick here. Uh, Simply use the position calculator. Yeah, or even doing that. That's a time saver. Yeah. I just wanted to give you the understanding, so you have the baseline understanding. Then use the calculator. But I'd much rather for you to understand it and being able to do the math for yourself, so you can understand where the numbers are coming from. Werewolf said, I just figured out yesterday you can put a stop loss for your position where it is still in profit on MEXC. Yeah, in every single, by the way, guys, in every single exchange, you can move your stop loss in profit. Like, stop loss is just a sell order or a buy order, depending if it's a short or long. I think I've missed a few questions here, so bear with me, guys. I'm getting closer to the end of the questions, or maybe the tail end of the questions. Hold on. I think Nikhil said, Ahmed, do you think we'll fake pump to 100k where I want to short by the 54 SMA? I have no idea, to be honest. I don't like to have predictions on, or use predictions, to be honest, because I literally have no idea. Also, can you know why using very leverage can tear into your profits? I remember trying 500k leverage on Bitcoin and trying to scalp with it. All these attempts ending in big loss in spite of, because leverage obviously increases also the funding rate, by the way, guys, and also the fees. So understand that there are fees. Fees are calculated not based on the margin, but based on the whole value of the position. And also there's the funding rate, which is, if it's positive, then the longs are going to pay the shorts every 8 hours. And if it's negative, then the shorts will pay the longs every 8 hours. So funding rate is going to be higher if obviously you're having a higher margin. So hopefully I've answered, or I did answer that question. I think, hold on a second. You think the bull market is over? There are signs that we're entering a bad period, but me personally, I do not like to use the terms bear and bull market because they're branded as something that is easy to know when that begins and when it ends. So I'm against that term, but yes, the structure is signaling a bearish period, but that would not make the fact that I'm saying this does not make me do anything different without me saying it. And I mean, Mark said, "Where are you from, man?" Thank you for the question. I think many of you guys know where I'm from, but I'll let some of you answer. Maybe some would know and some will guess. For now, I'm grateful to be a student brother of yours, learning everyday trading. But maybe when bull run arrives and your channel also goes banana zone, I'd love to work as a moderator for you. Thank you, brother. Yeah, let's see. Do you trade only Bitcoin or other markets as well? Personally, mainly Bitcoin. Why? Because in terms of crypto, I'd only like to stick with Bitcoin and then dabble from time to time into ETH, and on a lower percentage, maybe some other altcoins, but mainly Bitcoin and then ETH. But yes, I've played around with stocks and futures previously. I just see that Bitcoin is easier than them. It's easier than altcoins because altcoins are too random, and it's easier than S&P and the trading the Nasdaq because that's maybe too competitive. That's the way I see it. 100K is not a trap. It is a retest or bounce. Let's see. Sophia said, "Can you show me how to set up the anchored view up tool? Mine is different from yours." Yeah, sure. So basically, I wouldn't be able to quickly tell you where to put it from because obviously there's many different areas you can pull the anchors view on from. But just to quickly give you an explanation of how to get the same line that I have, just take it on and put it wherever you want, just whatever you want, just have it on the chart so you can edit it. So then click on it and then go to the settings area, setting button, or you can double click on it, by the way, it would also pull up the settings, and then just immediately I'm not sure that I've changed anything here. So bands calculation, the first thing, standard deviation, band 1, and then this one would be H plus L plus C divided by 3. And obviously the main difference is just these ones. Close every single thing. Do not leave anything open. And just have this, see how the VWAP is uncheckable. You can't move it. So just close every band here. Close them, turn them off, and have the VWAP on, and that's it. Like, you're done. So, and then the matter is how to exactly know when or where to put it. Premier said, "Down or up this week?" No one knows, brothers. Like, do not take me as someone who could, or sorry. There's a misconception that if you have money or you make money from trading, you know where the price is going. I even get it from my own friends, by the way, guys. Like, they think, "Oh, you trade Bitcoin, so tell us, is it going to be is it going to 200K or 50K?" But that's a huge misconception. I cannot tell you where the price is going. I can only give you setups and biases. Sometimes we have good predictions, but it's only on the local time frame. Nikhil said, "What Ahmed? What specific level did Crypto Kid and Carl say will fake pump to at the? No idea." So I would have loved to answer the question, by no idea. Wayne said Ahmed is from Libya, but he lives in Dubai. Thank you, brother. I like how Wayne knows that stuff. I know you did say last time you don't like price predictions. Get well soon, Ahmed. Thank you. Did you open up a short at 92K with 5 question marks here? Yes, I did. Not yes, at around 91.582. Uh Sorry, USA Open opens in 40 minutes or 41 minutes to be precise. I only held those 500x positions for about a minute, so I'd assume funding wouldn't be. Yeah, so it's obviously fees of entering, fees of closing the trade. The USA New York market opens at 9:30 Eastern time. That is exactly 42 minutes from now. Wayne being quick with it. I like that. Thank you, brother, for answering the question. Is the Nasdaq and S&P more competitive? Is crypto easier than those because it's a smaller, less traded asset? In my own opinion, in my own humble opinion, I'd like to think that not crypto but Bitcoin is easier than them. Obviously, I'd much rather for the life of me trade the Nasdaq rather than trading Pepe or Dogecoin or whatever the other like random coins are. Like, even though my name is Champs Crypto, I mainly I only love Bitcoin, to be honest. Dennis, when you say the daily high, hold on, I think I lost your comment. When you say the daily high, do you mean the previous day high or the current day high? Whenever I say the daily high, I mean the present day's high. Ahmed, on the trading view, how do I find the 54 simple moving average? I can maybe think about a way by just finding an indicator. So type in SMA and the indicator, and then go to the settings and change the number to 54. But me personally, I do not like to use it, so I wouldn't like to explain it because some would think that I'm using it, me personally. So you can just do it manually. Sorry for not being able to do that. Uh, Ahmed, I think Ahmed, thank you for saying about margin and fee. I don't know that fee grow as margin is higher. Thank you, Renata. I'm late in your life, brother. No worries. Thank you for showing up at least and actually commenting. Hi, Ahmed. I shorted also, but closed short. Too nervous with small loss. Have to learn to take without emotions and stick to good risk management. Thank you for your valuable knowledge, true trading. Thank you, brother, for you being appreciative and also for actually knowing where the issue is, because like the easiest way to start actually like fixing stuff, fixing mistakes, actually knowing that they're there. Like obviously you would not be able to fix an issue if you do not know that it exists. So thank you a lot for your kind and nice comments. That shows me a lot that we're building a nice community actually. So I'm going to live, I'm saying that I'm not enjoying this, I'm not forced to be doing this, I have nothing to sell you guys, but I'm quite enjoying not wasting but spending literally the whole evening talking about crypto and market and the market, especially because like I'm more interested in trading. Like I'm sorry, I'm not the type of guy to tell you news. I do not know what Donald Trump is doing next. I do not know what Jerome Powell is doing next. But if you're here to actually make money, then hopefully I'm your guy. uh Still sorry, I think I've missed a few. Also, fees start from the 24 hours. So if you manage to trade in 24-hour close, don't pay. Yeah, exactly. Vampire said basic normie question then. That's totally up. That's totally fine, by the way, brother. You don't have to I forgot what the word is, but you don't have to put an emphasis on what this is a question, like a normally question or not. All questions are always welcomed. How do you come up with the setups without predicting price? All right. The setups are based on a certain area that if the price rejects from or bounces from, depending if it's a long or short, then the probability, sorry, the pro sorry the result, if it works, goes your way, is much higher than the result if it goes against you. So I'm not saying, or sorry, sometimes I do have predictions, I do have biases. By the way, guys, if you were not following the channel, I'd hate to say it again, but you're following me, especially for the past 2 weeks, you would have known that I was saying, by the way, guys, just to quickly say that for the ones that are new to the channel, it's at the beginning of us losing 112, 111. I was the kind of guy or I was the guy saying explicitly that I do think that we're going to 97. So yeah, sometimes I do have these crazy predictions or biases that worked out well. That could happen once a week, maybe 10 days. Once every 10 days, you'll catch me saying something nice and making the most money out of it. So if you want to stick around, you'll hopefully catch that. But for the most of the time, it's going to be just boring price action. Just to answer your question, brother, trading is not about predicting price. It's actually coming up with an idea, coming up with a certain on a certain area where, for example, right now we have a short idea of us going above 92 and then maybe going to take this liquidity or even going to 84. So if someone manages to come up with an idea like this, as I did right now, and then shorts the fake out, and then like let's just say he puts the stop loss at 93.3, just an example, see how the outcome, sorry, the result or the profit of the successful outcome is much higher than the result or the loss of the failed outcome. So I'll never tell you or sorry, it's a misconception that trading is about predicting the price. No, it's just picking areas where you're taking a trade. If it goes your way, even if it's a 50-50 trade, even if it's slower, you doing it or repeating it 10 times would actually result in you making money. Because even if this setup, let's just say it, for example, this setup is 50-50. I'm not saying it, but just to make up a number, because you never know. But let's just say 50-50, okay? 50% it hits stop loss, 50% it gets to full profit, full take profit. So if it's 50-50%, and you're going to win 4 times and 4 times the loss, then obviously you can literally lose like eight times, and or two times will make up the whole losses. So even this, like if literally I repeat the same exact setup seven times out of 10, sorry, I lose seven times out of 10, and I only win three times. So see how like bad it is for like YouTube. Like if I literally go on a seven loss streak and then only get 3 out of 10 right, everybody on YouTube would hate me without understanding that my risk management allows me. This is just an example, but by the way, but it would allow me to take hits. I'm not saying exactly seven, but can be seven, can be lower, can be higher. So you have to understand that it's not about predicting the price. I'm not saying it's going to 84. I'm saying that if we see this and that, taking a short here would make you lose a set amount of money and make you more money that is going to make you lose. So if think about it, I'd hate to relate it to gambling, but it's probability. It's all about probability. Like if someone offers you a chance, if someone like hands you a machine that has a 50% of giving you $100 and has a 50% of losing you $1, and it requires an entry of $10, obviously you would literally pile all your money into the machine, because you understand you can literally lose, and then 1 out of 10 you make all of your money back. So do not take it as analysis tells you, or sorry, TA tells you where the market is going. Sometimes I do have feelings. I have the crystal ball, as Lottie calls it, but for the most of the time it's going to be boring. Ahmed talking about the same stuff all over, and then just greeting you guys and reading the comments. Like, do not think that every single time I have a prediction. But also at the same time, right now I'm showing up at the screen, or I'm coming up on the live, and I'm saying that if we manage to hold on into 92 as resistance, we have a high probability of going to 84. Now, do with that as you wish. You either want to randomly short, which is I'm against, but at least have a bias towards lower. So see how like having a bias towards lower, having the title and the thumbnail say 84 is totally different to me predicting 84. I'm not predicting a certain thing. No one but God can know if the price is going to 84 or not. We just have certain structures and certain areas where I have a bias towards lower. See how I know that's complicated, but complications and or sorry, how complicated or how hard the thing is and how boring the thing is the thing that makes you money. I've been saying it for a while now. I'm going to repeat it again, guys, so hopefully you bear with me. Boring makes you money. If you think that it's all about being flashy, showing you cars and showing my lifestyle, that's totally wrong. Hold on, I think I've missed a few. Whenever I spend 10 minutes replying to a comment, you guys are too quick with the comments. Thank you a lot. Hold on, I think okay. So we got to coin pulse trail. How do you take trades during news? I do not let news affect me. I might avoid taking trades if I do not feel like it, or even if I feel that the news are too speculative. But for the most time, 90 to 80% of the time, I do not let them even affect me. So if I have a short idea here and a long idea here, I'll take it if the price gets hit. I see news as an accelerator of the price action. I don't see them as a cause to the price action. Just to quickly do it, I see them as a distraction for me personally. Like you opening up Twitter on a daily basis, reading about the Donald Trump tariffs, reading about this and that, would probably make you confused and not being able to short and long as you do or as you want. Hold on, give me a second here, guys. I know that's a loaded question. Thank you, by the way, guys. I enjoy these kind of questions because they obviously allow me to speak, and I do like speaking a lot. Thank you, brothers, for bearing with me. Hold on a second. I think is next stop for Bitcoin 84. If 92 is held, then 84 is more likelier than not. But that does not. Please do not take it as me telling you to short now or sell now or be fearful or do whatever you want. If you have a long that is profitable, just move the stop loss at entry, because I'm obviously 100% certain that if Bitcoin randomly right now pumps to 97 or even pumps to 200k, someone would be saying in the comments tomorrow, oh, look at this guy, he thought it's going to 84. But I'll never think that it's going to 84. I'll never predict that it's going to 84. Not to avoid backlash, but it's actually not predictable. TA is not about predicting. Like if you reach the maximum percentage of the ability of like maximum percentage of ability in terms of technical analysis, that would does not make you a price predictor or time predictor, because some people think like if you're good at trading, if you're a profitable trader, if you do it for a living, then obviously you know what Bitcoin is going to do next and where it's going to do when it's going to do said action. But that's totally wrong. uh Thank you, Wayne. You're welcome, brother. Andrew said, I'm just curious, what's the reason why you trade Bitcoin even though it doesn't move much? Because I'd much rather trade something that makes me money, that's predictable, that I do have an edge on, rather than just trading random meme coins. So it's not about the big 10x's that you get maybe once in a month, but it's more about predictable flow of income and actually being able to read the market. So if I'm successful with Bitcoin, I'm going to take Bitcoin or as a sorry, trade Bitcoin. But if you're successful with something else, be my guest and do it. Bro, I'm short entry at 91.5. What do you think this entry stop loss? To be honest, depends. Like it will probably be dependent on what we do next on the market open. But maybe if you pull up a Fibonacci volume profile tool, it depends on you. Like if what's the how much margin you have entered with. Like obviously, guys, I need to know how much you've like risked in the trade. But me personally, I would probably set it at 93 or 91, 93.1. uh Thank you for reminding me as well. I woke up today with a stop loss, having to average now. Stop loss I feel can save 95% of profit. Exactly. Like I can literally like I wouldn't want to waste much of my time explaining why I hate patterns or explaining the way of trading. I can literally in 5 minutes or 1 minute tell you that you always have to put a stop loss on, and you should only think about longing when it's going lower and shorten when it's going higher. By doing this only by applying these two changes to your trading, that these would have the most and highest impact on your profitability. Like disregard the liquidity and all the kind of flashy stuff I have on the screen and the ideas and the order flow. These are all important, but what's more important is you setting a stop loss and only shorten the highs and long in the lows. Like whenever you see a pump, do not see it as a sign for you to join in as a long. Stop doing that, please, for the sake of God. BRT said, try to watch Arabic stream yesterday. Gotta start the lessons fast. Thank you, BRT. Thank you. Philip said, hi, Champs Crypto. What kind of books do you recommend to learn trading? Thank you. To be honest, I'm not the kind of person to read books, unfortunately. But maybe just look at YouTube. I think YouTube is much better than books. YouTube is much better. Do you ever do the analysis based on the candlestick pattern in crypto? No, I do not look at the doji, whatever we have, shooting star, hammer. I know them because I've like whenever you spend lots of time in a certain certain field, you'll have to be exposed to all other ways of trading. But me personally, even though I can name you a few of the candle patterns, I do not trade them. Me personally, at least, if it's working with you guys or for you, then like that's totally fine. Why don't you try to do more tiny scalps? Too risky and not worth the time and effort. Exactly, yes. Not about risky, but I have a certain edge. I might as well make money from it. Like the only reason sometimes I get into scalps just to entertain and maybe just use it as an educational opportunity for the viewers. But if you literally see Ahmed on the 5 minute time frame or the 1 minute time frame, you have to know that this guy is just here to show us a bit or entertain us with his own money. Because like though if it was up to me, I'd only stick with the trades that are showing up on the higher time frame. Wayne said, I watched the Arabic stream too, and I'm subscribed as well. I only pay attention to the numbers and the chart. Yeah, to be honest, like, yeah, the universal language, exactly. Like, I think that if you watch the Arabic live stream, you'll be able to at least tell if I'm open up a trade or not. You can like literally see the portal, and as I said, like the numbers are universal language. Hold on a second, I'm trying to get to as many comments as possible. Got GQ said, hey everyone, smash the like buttons. Thank you a lot. Hold on. Werewolf said, what does it mean to take liquidity? Funny how I know some advanced stuff, yet also one only vaguely understands some of the more basic concepts. That's totally fine. To be honest, I wouldn't say that liquidity is a basic concept, but it's one of the well-known intro to advanced trading, if I may. So liquidity is mainly it's hard to like spend lots of time because I need guys to go on the Arbex stream maybe in the next 10 minutes. But just to quickly answer your question, liquidity is a certain area, whether long or sorry, whether at the top or low, where like the theory goes that there's lots of stop losses were set at the certain high or low. So just to quickly give you an idea at the short example or the sell side liquidity example. So say we've got we've got candles with the highs looking like this. See, we got this area. This is higher than this, and this is higher than this. So the theory is, you never know for certain, but the theory is it makes logical sense. But the theory is that just because we have this high being above this and this, technically, if someone were to enter, or if someone had entered any kind of short here within this price action, they would have put the stop loss at the highest high. See, that's the technical idea. So this guy, sorry, let me color it different, or maybe let me, okay, so say this guy, so this is a short trade, short. See, like if the time has, if the price had spent 4 hours or 6 hours in this case, or 2 hours in this case, you will never know for certain if we have lots of shorts or not, because obviously this is just trading view. You can't tell if we have shorts, and you can't tell where the stop losses of said shorts. But the theory is that obviously within a certain range we have shorts and longs being open, and with the highs looking like this, we can tell that with good certainty that most of these shorts that were opened here, as you can see, the ones that I got in red, these are just examples like of you thinking that there's going to be shorts. You're thinking by this, most of the shorts that were opened here would probably place their stop loss at the first high, or at the higher high, or the highest high. So you having the idea, or you understanding that, and you being here, see, this is you haven't yet taken a trade, you would understand, or you tell yourself, hold on a second, let me remove the highs here, brush, all right. All right, so I think I'll remove one extra. Hold on, I need to remove this one. Okay, so you understanding that lots of people have entered shorts already, and they're more likely than not to have placed the stop loss at the beginning of the highest high. So you'd say to yourself that I'd wait, see, I'd wait for the highest high to be taken out, for the liquidity hunt to be taken out, and then once I see that, I'm going to enter a short. So see, you wait for this, you enter here. So you get the retailers entering with a predictable placed stop loss here. You wait for the market to hunt them, and then you enter here by yourself, or not by yourself, but this the smartest move would be here, and then the price goes your way. So see, like these shorts could have been like right, but wrong in timing, because they entered without the liquidity being taken. So hopefully I literally spent 2 minutes explaining one of the most, if not the most important concept of trading. So hopefully you've understood that. I used, by the way, the concept of the, sorry, I explained it in terms of short, or they call it sell side liquidity. If I was to flip the arrows and give you a buy side liquidity, obviously it's going to be about the longs. So just think about, flip the idea, inverse it, is going to be the exact same thing for the longs. Hopefully I've answered the question. I'm trying to look at the important questions here. About the question, why just Bitcoin? Yeah, I know, I agree with you, but with Solana moves to be honest, like if you're making money, I'd say this, like do not let my answers stop you from trying and figuring stuff out by yourself. Like be my guest, like try Solana out, because maybe you'll figure out Solana better than Bitcoin. But just keep in mind that every single altcoin, by altcoin I mean even Ethereum, all of them respect Bitcoin. So you have to at least do some analysis on Bitcoin before you do some TA or enter a trade on some other altcoins. Thank you. Havital, I think that's your name. Thank you. I think this is so practical, and I have found a hole in my ship by not putting a stop loss. It's so simple, and it's dumb to not put a stop loss. Thank you. You're welcome, brother. See how like stupid it is, how simple it is, and this would be literally the one and only factor that could turn you profitable. Like I can tell you that maybe you should stop even watching me from now on after you put a stop loss on, and also the idea of stopping to long the pumps and shorten the dumps. Like if you do apply two two of these the two concepts, you literally could be one of the guys that easily turn profitable. Like I'm sure that out of the 107 concurrent views that we've got right now, I'm pretty sure that if all of you do it, if all of you that do not have already done it or haven't already done it, if all of you apply it, at least one guy would be able to turn profitable immediately, like without learning extra TA skills or extra TA theories. Hold on a second. All right. Let me quickly take a quick look here. All right. Hold on. The higher the likes to people watching ratio, the YouTube algorithm recommends the channel to people interested in subject matter crypto that we are discussing. Thank you, Wayne. You're actually educating me here, because I've never understood like how important, or if they are even important in terms like how important the likes are. So if you want to support me, I hate asking for likes. I feel like asking for likes is like so 2016 YouTube, but if you want to do it, maybe we'll test it out, see how effective it is. By the way, guys, thankfully I've checked, because we literally have surpassed 100 videos on the English channel. I've started the English channel maybe 3 months officially, and I've been posting every single day, and we just made, or we're close to completing the 3rd week of us going live every single day. So I'm quite happy, and I'm quite excited to have started building an actual community where people actually not only trade with me and have like setups on a daily basis, but also get to ask me nice questions. To be honest, like I'm the kind of person to to explain stuff and educate everybody that's open to actually being educated. So thank you a lot, guys. By the way, guys, I have nothing to sell you, but if you allow me to do so after an hour and 30 minutes, the only promotional stuff that I may mention from time to time is the week's account, as you can see, week's exchange. So it doesn't require no KYC, or sorry, it does. It does not require KYC, and also it is best for day trading in my own opinion, and they give you a 40% deposit bonus. So if you want to support the channel and you're also open to move into a different exchange, be my guest. It's definitely not something you're forced to do, so please do not take it as me selling you anything. I have nothing to sell you here. If you want to support me and also get a nice deposit bonus, then the referral code is going to be automatically applied, I think, if you press on the first link. And also, by the way, guys, I'm going to hopefully promise you that hopefully we're going to start a new trading competition. We had started one, I think, 10 days ago. So if you want us to start a new trading competition, you can also be prepared by actually making an account, because whenever we're going to make a new trading competition for the channel, where you get actual airdrop of USDT, you have to have had or have made an account with Weeks with me. So you can prepare by actually doing it right now, and then whenever we get the chance of starting a trading competition, you'll immediately be able to register, because you have already made an account. Thank you, guys. Here Renata said, Ahmed, it is great that we have this group. People are supporting each other. Yeah, to be honest, I'm totally loving the fact, like, even sometimes I see comments here, but whenever I read them, I understand that they're not about me, or they're not made for me, because like we got here people like actually like communicating and actually like building a good community here. I'm quite enjoying that fact, to be honest. Very fun hanging out here. Thank you, brother. Thank you, BRT. Hopefully it keeps on being the same environment here. People have made a champions family here. Hope you all make gains together. That's my whole point. I've always said that, guys, that my main three, what you call it, I forgot the term, but just go with it, guys. My vocab is lacking here today for some reason, but I remember my top 3 objectives for the channels are, you either, obviously the most important one is actually my content making you money. So I'd love for everybody to make profit out of the stuff that I say. If you're not even able to do that, or secondarily, obviously education and understanding new concepts is also a must here. And finally, at least if you're not able to make money or be educated, at least be entertained from or with the content that we put out every single day. And by we, I mean me. It's a one-man show effort here. Ahmed, you are Dubai native? No, by native I mean someone who's originally from Dubai. No, I just live here. Thank you, Wayne, for answering the question. Everyone destroy the like button. Thank you, Justin, for showing up. I agree with you. We support each other. Exactly. I'm quite enjoying that. Bro, never end this Bitcoin video series. I'll hopefully while my health is good, be honest, like enjoying it is not an issue for me. Like I've never felt that I need to do so. I've never felt like pressured to go live every single day. I'm quite enjoying it, enjoying that. I'm closer to 1,000 videos on my Arabic channel, so I guess that keeping up the effort and consistency was not ever or isn't ever an issue for me. So thank you guys, because obviously your kind and nice comments, thought-provoking comments, and even showing up or writing a certain comment is totally something that actually like supports me and makes me more happy on a daily basis. You have so many small lessons like today's liquidity and stop loss. You should clip them and make sure to make wider reach. Maybe I'll do so, guys. I've got some stuff like cooking and being cooked up, so we'll see. Thank you, brother, for actually like paying close attention. Top review said, I will long. Be my guest, brother. Wayne said, brother Ahmed, thank you for the lessons today. I learned the system of setting up stop loss, which will allow me confidence on entering more trades. Risk management is key. Much gratitude, and thank you, brother, for actually being appreciative. Thank you, Ahmed. Much appreciated. We'll rewatch the stream to internalize concepts. Thank you, brothers. Like if you wanna learn these kind of hours, I know it's kind of hard to watch hours and hours of like past live streams, but trust me, it doesn't require me selling you a course for you to understand and grasp concepts, because if you actually like keep up with the stuff on a daily basis, not only you'll be actually updated in terms of like new trades, but also you'll be gaining new nuggets of knowledge on a daily basis. So thank you guys actually for supporting me and being totally appreciative. I'm totally happy about having built a little community here that would allow me to enjoy and have a conversation, a flowing conversation that apparently never stops. So that is good. Hopefully it never does. I'm quite enjoying it, brothers. So I just want to leave you here. I went overboard with the timing as I usually did. Last time we went to 1 hour 37 minutes. Right now is 1 hour 39 minutes. So we have broken the record of Ahmed not sticking with the planned 1 hour. So doesn't matter, to be honest, because I'm enjoying it. I'm going to stay for as long as I do. But unfortunately now, guys, I'd have to be forced to leave you here, because I'm going to start a live stream on my Arabic content channel. You're always welcome to come and join if you, for some reason, learn a little bit of Arabic, then maybe. But as I did, guys, I tried to stay here for as long as possible, talking about trades, but also about concepts. If I may just repeat stuff again, the description has the only 2 links that you may need, but definitely not a must. Thank you, brother. We've got Liftman said, congratulations, you finally reached the bottom. Yes, finally we were able to read and satisfy everybody's thoughts and sort of satisfy everybody's questions right now. So I think we're going to leave it at that. If I have something new, I'm going to pop up and show up. And by the way, guys, maybe tomorrow I might not be able to go live at 4 p.m., which is 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to update you guys. Just make sure that you're on the free Telegram channel. If I'm going to if for tomorrow I'm going to change the timing, I'm going to let you know, because I have a special friends event. If I do, then I'll have to actually go live at night, my time. So I'm going to tell you exactly if things are going to change and when or what timing exactly. Make sure that you are in the Champs Crypto English free channel. Nothing to sell you here, all but good content, hopefully. So I'm going to leave you at that. Thank you, brothers, for showing up, and thank you for your nice comments. Thank you for everybody that commented or even did not comment, but at least watched for even a second. Thank you for showing up and sticking with me. And I'm going right now to let you guys go. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your day, and also make sure that you're always prepared for every single move that we've spoken about. Thank you, guys.